given us the time though to replenish and repair here.
Yes.
And now we're at full strength here around Naples. If we want Naples, it's going to cost them dear. And to that end, I think we'll begin some recruitment here as well, as we foretold here. We've got to keep Egypt absolutely hunkered down here. What is our
Ready and awaiting orders.
reinforce that army here? I think we'll also send this army up. Mind this one, oh, look at that, that's a monster. Mind, this was our force to move into the new world. I'd still like to do that, to be honest with you. I'd still like to send forces in the new world. The reason being, we do have Fort Nashwack here. Okay,
awaiting further orders.
But they're pushing hard here. Let's have a look at what we're up against. It's a real potent fight. Looks like they're going to try and hit Hanover here. What we want to try and do, I think, potentially, is
Your Majesty.
Russia here. Greetings and welcome to episode 92 of my Empire Total War Darth Mod Great Britain campaign. And this, my friends, how it the last time. We've had a terrific episode last time, my friends. We managed to bring ourselves to a point of striking a number of our enemies all at once. Now, of course, Spain, still being absolute menace to us here, and they've managed to reconstitute their army here together. The general was sent packing here right to the very port of Brest here, right to the sort of the western tip of France, but we followed them. We are not going to allow any of the Spanish forces to harass France to escape. France is British, it shall remain so, sir. But also, as you can see, we've got another army here in Britain ready to move. Now, I'll put the question out to the council. What do we do with that army? Do we send it to the New World or send it to Europe to aid and abet our sort of operations here in Europe? The overwhelming majority of the council decreed that we move that army into Europe. It's absolutely essential, my friends, we bring that army in here now, because we really do want to put the pressure on the Spanish. A number of the council are asking us to put pressure on Spain in particular. We really do take the fight to Spain, because I think it's about time we gave Spain a bit of a bloody nose. We really need to do that. We've got to show them we're not going to be pushed around. Now, we've got an army here, as you can see, sat here just outside London. We've got another army and a few other forces coming down from Scotland to join this army as well. We're going to try and bring them together and send another army over as well, hopefully to take Spain, either to move into Spain itself or to move in against the Spanish in the north of Italy. Now, it's going to be a brutal campaign in Italy. If we get stuck in the mountains there in the Alps, it's going to be a brutal fight. It really is. And we've got the reinforcements are a long way away for us from India there, even if we go to Spain. Now, there's also been some wonderful recommendations in terms of what we do with the forces around Naples. Now, there's been some excellent suggestions. One is that we actually pull the army out by sea and then actually land outside Rome. So in other words, we give up Naples and we throw out everything we've got, all that army at Rome, and try and capture Rome right off the bat. I mean, imagine the shock, imagine the surprise of the Spanish. It would put them firmly on the back foot. The other suggestion is we actually take that force and land it in Portugal. Now, what a boon that would be. I mean, I absolutely did not think of any of those at all. Again, the council has come up trumps once again, my friends. It really has. What an absolute wonder. Now, we'll have to decide that later, but as you can see, we are now going to be fighting this army. We're going to send a message to the Spanish that they shall simply not be allowed to harass and harangue our forces, or indeed our villages that are in France here. So as you can see, we brought an absolute wonderful general, one of our finest, General Faramir here, and he's absolutely brought the pinnacle, the creme de la creme, the apogee of British forces here. As you can see, we've got British Fusiliers, we've got Scottish Line Infantry, we've also got some Royal Marines with knock volley guns up there, an absolute brute. They really are up close. We've also got, as you can see, lots of Scottish Line Infantry and Ferguson Riflemen, excellent sharpshooters, some cannon as well. We don't have much cavalry, just 2 cuirassiers, but again, that's a real monstrous force here, it really is. However, we've got some British Grenadiers as well, the Grenadier Guards, and they're an absolute joy to see in battle, they really are. But again, the Spanish are not without their own forces here, Grenadier Guards, Fusiliers, plenty of cavalry, a lot of the finest calibre, but they do have the Royal Cuirassier Guards. So again, there's another calibre up from our own cuirassiers. We've also brought the riflemen, the breech loaders here. So again, we mustn't become complacent in any way, but we are going to crush this army. We are going to crush this army. Mark my words. Let's begin this fight here. We've also got a Polish force harassing Bristol again. We must do something about that. We're going to send in the fleet, 2 fleets, to deal with that force there, and then we shall replenish and repair, and we shall pull that force, those fleets back, and then probably deal with the other Polish forces sort of trapped between the English Channel. We've got a Polish force that's trapped in the English Channel we'll deal with, but let's deal with what we've got in front of us right here. Now, the topography of this land here, this battlefield, is fairly flat. We've got this sort of raised, this hill here as it were, and a forest area. What a boon that would be to fight in. It really would. Having the cannon here and just absolutely letting rip with against the Spanish would be a wonder. But we're going to use this forest we have here, slap bang in the middle of the battlefield here, which we're going to use to sort of hide some of our forces here. Let's catch the Spanish on the hop here. Right. Let's just put these forces here for the moment. I mean, look at that. Look how many cuirassiers. Look at that. We might use the same ploy that we do with General Faramir. Wonderful generals. I think we'll have the howitzers here in the back line, as it were, as a number. Are they hidden? They are indeed hidden. That's a wonder to see there, and that's going to really surprise the Spanish there. But also put, I think, our remaining cannon in the actual line here. We're going to set up a standard line here. Let's draw them into the forest here. I wonder if we had the Royal British Marines here. They're not, well, there's 120 of them. Perhaps using them, I think, to strike at the flanks. That would be a wonder to see. So what we'll do, I think we'll hit them on the left flank. As you can see, they do sort of just slightly overlap us here. But I think we'll put these gentlemen here. There's not many of them, but there, look at that. Oh my goodness me, that's a wonder. Almost like the Beefeaters. Almost like the Beefeaters. Now that's a joy to see. Look at the guns as well. Effectively a blunderbuss. It's absolutely fantastic. Now, we've got cuirassiers. I think we'll put the cuirassiers on the flank here as well. That's how we're going to set it. We're just going to put the forces we want to strike on the flanks here. They've got the Ferguson Riflemen as well. I think we'll use the Scottish Regiment, Scottish Line Infantry here as sort of the backbone of our defence here. So we'll just set them fair in the forest, using the forest to our advantage. Oh, look at that.
Right away.
Oh, look at that. No, gentlemen, please. Let's have some order here. Thank you. Oh, look at that. That is an absolute wonder. This line regiment here. If only we can just draw them in. Just draw them into the battle here. I think we'll have the Ferguson Riflemen out in the front here as well, just defending this line. As you can see, there are some wonderful sharpshooters. Oh, look at that. I mean, the rifles alone should be telling you how magnificent they are in terms of the firing. Look at that. Wonderful, sir. Now, again, the regiment here, here. Let's just move General Faramir here, giving that moral support. We'll have these gentlemen here in the line. That's a limber. Gentlemen, please. Thank you. How close? Just perfect, absolutely perfect. Look at that, right in the line. That's going to be an absolute boon. Now, so these gentlemen. Not quite. Let's just set them back here. That's more like it. Now we'll have some. We've got the British Fusiliers here, Scottish Line Infantry here. We'll use the Scottish Line Infantry as our sort of mainstay of our defence here. It's not to undermine them in any way, but we've got those wonderful British Fusiliers there. We'll just set them. Perfect, perfect. And we'll have this. We've got the Fergus Riflemen as well. Let's just set them on here because the Scottish Line Infantry will sort of really be an absolute wonderful defensive force. As you can see, we've got plenty of them as well, so we want to make the most of them here. Here. We've got these Ferguson Riflemen here. They really are fantastic in the fight. Skirmish mode. Let's set them here ready. And we'll also have these, the 15th Light, here as well. And again, just protecting the cannon here, giving us that extra line of defence here. Also a joy to see. Now, General Faramir, of course, leading the defence. Just a little. It's not like it. Now, we want to hit them hard here. I think we'll use these Grenadier Red. Look at that. The force we got available to ourselves here is just incredible. I think we'll hit them really hard here with everything we've got here. The Fusiliers, everything we've got. I think that's all we've got here. We don't leave anybody out who is not in proper line here. That's good. All the line defences are ready. We've got our attacking force here. We'll just move past these Royal British Marines here. Let's put the Royal Grenadiers just here a second. All these are Fusiliers, indeed. Put all the Fusiliers into one place. We'll have the Royal Grenadier Guard just here. Let's have the Marines just in front. Look at that attacking force. What a joy. Let's begin. There's absolutely more. We'll turn quickly. We'll give these gentlemen time to move. Gentlemen, please. Got them, sir. Oh, look at that. Come the dragoons here. Come the dragoons. Let's move it, move it, move it, gentlemen. Let's see what these Marines can do here. Oh, look at that. chance, sir. What the blazes? They're trying to flank us. Not a chance, sir. Look at that, they're shifting their whole flank here. Not a chance. Oh, that has a shot. Here they come, here they come. This real class here, guards are holding on. We've got them. We stand ready. He's got wow, we draw across here. My goodness. Yes. They've had enough. They've had enough. Look at that move. Get back in line, lads. Get back in line. Yes, we've got them. They've gone, they've shut up, they've broken, they've only been broken. It's okay. Absolutely ruining this Spanish force here. We shall not yield, sir. Let's get in here, let's take care of these. Now we've got them boxed in here. Oh, what a wonder. Too far. Actually, you can see where those there. Let's deal with him. Double time. Look at this. These Fusiliers have absolutely decimated the Spanish army. Decimated it. Where the blazes did these come from? I think the Grassiers might need to get still on top of it. The Scottish Line have been doing a wonderful job there. Yeah, the Fusiliers, that's where they're helping out so well. Run, sir. We've got both Grassiers here. What a joy we've done here. We thread the needle there. Wow. We've absolutely smashed the Spanish force here. I mean, we've lost a good number of men here. Look at that. That's an absolute shambles there, so look at that. We've lost a good amount of men here. There's a lot of fighting going on here, but look at that. We've decimated the entire Spanish army in this flank here. They won't move. These men will not move at all. They will not buckle. They're Fusiliers, sir. They're Fusiliers. Force. This is but a taste of what the British will dole out, sir. Just a taste. Here they come again. He will not be moved. He will not be moved. Square, lads. Oh, look at that. Oh, the entire regiment is gone. Broken, shattered. Got him, sir. What the blazes. Grassiers is wondering what that was. Yes, of course, it was a victory. We absolutely plunged the dagger then into the heart of the Spanish force there. We lost 124 still, but look at that. Absolutely decimated. Oh, look at the British Fusiliers, 230 kills. Grenadier Guards, wow. Look at that, even the knock volley guns, 47. That's a wonder to see.
Make ready! March!
You won't be escaping this time. We're going to follow them down this time. +1 to morale in battles. Excellent. We're not going to allow them to go here. Brest will not be used as another port for them to be able to gain access to. Not a chance. Let's replenish and repair. And I think we should have. There's another Spanish force here which we're going to deal with. This force is also going to be dealt with in a similar fashion. Let's get our economy up and running again. Look at that. We've got more of these Spanish forces moving in here. It's been an absolute menace. Luckily, we've got Minister Bishamonton here with his spy network doing some wonderful jobs here. Keeping an eye on what's going on. We're trying to put together another force here as well outside Paris. 15,247 here. That's come down a lot. We did have 40,000 at one point. That's why, because of course we're losing Bristol's income. To shift our That's more like it. If, my friends, you ever have a time where your trade is suddenly dropping and you've got you're reading some trade lines, just remove the ship, so reposition it. You will find that the trade will, the rating will sort of readjust. Now, Amsterdam is fully secure. These forces are all at full strength. Here's what we're waiting for. If we can just pull these Polish forces further inland here, we can then trap them with using this incredibly
Yes, sir.
powerful force. Look at that.
Yes. Yes.
This
my
force
lord.
we've assembled here will... Oh, good grief. Imagine the battle here is going to be here. It's going to be terrific. My goodness me, what a fight this is going to be. We're hoping to draw more of these Polish forces inland, as it were. We're
Yes.
trying to pull this
We can't do
just move
that,
closer
sir.
to Cologne as well, just in case, mind you, Cologne is well defended.
Sir.
I've also got to remove these fiends here as well, and also these here. Why are these still hanging around? Got to do something about.
At the ready.
I might just move them onto the bridge here.
Troops.
That was another suggestion by the councils to move and protect the bridges. Now Prague here. Now some of the councils are saying we move on to take Prague as well because it's not defended. We shall do that as well as soon as we've tamed these forces here. Now, there it is. I'm going to move this force
You're
across.
ready and awaiting orders.
Now let's set them. Of course, we have one of these gentlemen. He's being used to. So we'll just swap this gentleman out here because one of them is being actually. The Grenadier, I think it's doing. Yes, the Grenadier Guards.
Immediately.
What's the right, the Light Dragoon. So the Light Dragoon can be swapped for the Grenadier Guards. Perfect.
Any
ship-
further orders? Lord.
Alright, okay.
Ship's orders received.
Looks like
Orders
they're not going to.
received and
Get
understood.
ready.
For some reason, this army didn't want to board the ship,
Come about. Get ready.
but they will. And I think we'll just send the army here into Brussels, into Flanders here.
Under sail.
In position. Sir, your orders?
Fleet ready. Any
And
orders?
we're also putting the force, this
Majesty.
force here together as well.
Yes.
That's going to be an absolute look at that.
March. Anything more?
Let's get ourselves a general. We do need more cavalry, which is something we are. Ooh, look at that. Oh, horse guards, are you sure, sir? I think we'll have 4 regiments of cavalry here. I've just got that feeling in my bones we're going to need that.
Lord.
We're also going to need some more howitzers. Ooh. More British Grenadiers, that's a wonder. Perfect. That army then should be
Yes,
complete. We've also got to deal with this here, which we will do. We're going to remove this Spanish force. Why is Courland here? Mind you, we've got the Swedes here besieging the Spanish lines here, which is good to see. Now, Spain itself is that's a really tough force there. The council calling for extraction against Portugal as well, but look at that. They've got some phenomenal forces here. We can't tell what's in the ship here. There's also called that there might be an army in this ship here. There's not, I don't think. No, luckily not. Now we've got to establish on the bridges here. What are the forces here,
Sir.
whilst not at full strength, are in good shape to defend. I think we'll just move this force behind Hanover,
Onwards.
bringing in more as a defence, as a...
Majesty.
Oh, look at that. Lifeguards. We want to draw these Polish forces more into the fight here. These gentlemen are now are at full strength. We've got Munich under our
At the
control.
ready.
Peace with Venice, but look at that. Look at Vienna. That's a monstrous. We've also got the US here. We're allied with. They gave the Spanish a damn good thrashing here. The Polish damn good thrashing here. Here's the critical point. Is Naples. We're surrounded here. But if we were to move against Rome, try and take Rome off the bat, We've got to be careful though, because we've got these Polish ships here. If we make one false move, we're going to be in trouble. Or I think, because what we'd have to do, we'd have to move the. I think we can definitely move them from here and land in Rome. But we wouldn't be in these secure positions here. We're secure around the city, but then they've got no defences really. And the Gambit would. Imagine they can probably send additional forces from Milan here. That's what we need to remove. We need to push down from France to try and. I think what we will do is we'll move this force down to try and deal with Spain. I think we're going to start gathering our forces here to take. I think we're going to deal with this force here as well. Let's clear France. For the battle, my friend. Look at that. Got riflemen, scouts here, breech loaders. We've even got Swiss guards here. Look at that. Look at the Swiss guards. Plenty of cannon, cuirassiers as well. General Lincoln here. So we've got Faramir and Lincoln, two of our finest generals here as well, defending France. Possibly moving down into northern Italy as well. That's going to be a brutal fight. Let's take the fight. A brutal fight. That'll be, my goodness me. A brutal fight. But we won't shirk from this fight. Not a chance. Because Paris is well defended, so we know we can leave Paris. But if we were to move down into Italy, what an absolute shock that would be. Look at the topography here of this battlefield. We have the slope in our favour. Oh, the village here is an absolute menace here. The trough of deployment, especially for the Spanish. Look at the slope we're on here. What an unusual battlefield here. The undulations, the hills, the hillocks. And look how high this is here. It sort of slopes downwards, as you can see here, into this valley. If you go almost to eye level, look how it slopes down here and then sort of dips away here again and there as well. So it dips away here, but then it sort of levels off here, back in this sort of forest land here. There's plenty of forest here. Are we hidden? We are indeed. That's good to see. Plenty of hidden troops that can absolutely bamboozle the Spanish. So look at the Swiss Grenadier Regiment. Oh, look at that. They really are one of the creme de la creme units. Cuirassier. Right, let's get ourselves focused here. Can we strike perhaps on this left flank? Again, using the hill here as our line of sight, keep them out of sight here, and use that to sort of wrap around past them. Possibly. I think what we will do is we'll use the Swiss line infantry as our main vanguard of the defence here. Let's pull everybody back here. Let's put the cuirassiers on the flank. That's the first thing we do. Also, possibly strike on the right as well. I think we will with these cuirassiers. And these gentlemen as well here on the left. But the left we'll see accompanied by some infantry. We've got the breech loaders here. Riflemen, scouts. That's a wonder. Swiss Grenadiers again. Swiss Grenadiers. Wow. We've got two of the Swiss line infantry. Let's bring the cannons a bit. We've got plenty of cannon. Look at that. That's going to be a real menace here to our deployment. Let's set them here. Bring under control. General Lincoln here. General Abraham working in concert here in unison in France, trying to keep France free of the Spanish menace. So we've got our howitzers ready on the top of the hill here. Swiss guards, let's bring all the gentlemen here. Let's get some order here. Right, Swiss line. Let's make sure we keep the top of the hill as ours. So Swiss line here. Then we'll put a regiment of 24 pounders here to stabilise the line. Perfect. and then we'll have this regiment here on the left. Just putting it a little bit closer. It's more like it. Look at that. So we've got these Swiss Grenadiers here. What we'll do, we'll use the Swiss Guards as a defensive line. We're not going to give up. Actually, we'll put this artillery regiment here. And we shall put this Swiss Guards unit here. The 43rd here. Well, we could thin out our defence to enable us to attack, but I think we'll just take the 2 Swiss Grenadier regiments. That should be more than enough, to be quite honest with you. Swiss Guard unit as well. Just stretch this out a little more. Some Swiss Guards here. I think we might defend. Actually, I think what we will do is we'll take another Swiss Guard regiment here, the 44th, and put it here with the Swiss Grenadiers. What we will do is we'll use some of the rifle scouts here, rifleman scouts, as a sort of an added defensive layer. And here as well. They can add another layer of defense, like a second defensive layer. A double layered defense, which usually you see when you're fighting the native Indians. That's usually a very good way to fight the native Indians because they can be brutal hand-to-hand combat. So having a sort of almost a frontal shield is a real boon there. We've got General Lincoln here. Let's bring General Lincoln here. I think we are ready to maneuver here. We've got this flank covered as well. We've got a small attacking force going to be moving out here. Look, gentlemen, please. Thank you. We've got a good defensive force here. Not an immaculate defensive force here in terms of numbers, but the quality here is quite extraordinary. Let's fight. Let's take this fight to the Spanish. Let's remove them from France once and for all. Here we go. Guns are opening up. Carbineers. Let's get them. Look at that. A barrage. Look at the barrage here. Oh my goodness me. They caught us completely on the hop there because they were all hidden. They're gone. sir. Get stuck in there. Oh, look at that. Right down the line. Double flash. Oh, what a shot that was. Look at the range. Look at the range of these sharpshooters, my goodness me. He's gone. Oh, look at that. God. God, yes. God, broken. What a shot. Right to the rear, into the rear, sir. We got them, we got them. It's an absolute massacre. We showed the Spanish here what we're made of. Look at that, how cold it is as well, my goodness me. We didn't stand a chance. Yes. What a victory that was, my goodness me. 254 lost. Look how many we killed. 1,456. My goodness me, that was a wonder. Look at the statistics here. 204, look at that. Swiss Guards, Swiss Grenadiers carried the day there as well as the Cuirassiers. Wonderful.
Forward!
Yes. Now we can replenish and repair. Bringing General Lincoln's force into full effect. Going to repair. What else needs repairing and replenishing? We're not going to allow them at all.
Sir,
They'll be
your
gone
orders?
next turn. We get this force down here as well to join.
I cannot do that.
Got General Raptor here moving in as well. We're going to move down into, I think, northern Italy to bring this under control here. We're going to allow just the Poles to move in here. We'll see what happens here. We'll end the turn momentarily. Got Braunschweig being hit pretty hard here, but then again we've got Hanover well defended. The bridge here is also being well defended by General Smith.
Make ready. Your orders, Your Majesty.
General Savorsky as well here defending Hanover.
Ready for orders.
What here? What general do we have here? None here. And no general here either. That is a little bit disconcerting, but still, it's more of a defensive force. Now I know we've got this force in Brussels here as well. We could probably move down. Oh my goodness me! I think we need to move this at Bishamonten. I know that there's a Bishamonten here. We could probably move to the front here. We could probably move this force actually to aid in the battle against the Poles. Mind you, we've got this Russian fleet here. What I don't want is the Russians to land anywhere and to be able to take somewhere behind our backs, as it were. We don't want. Look at that Russian fleet. That's extraordinary. I think we're going to end the turn. Let's just see how things pan. Especially here down in Naples. Are they going to send this force in, or just are they going to continue to hold here?
Your Majesty.
They are, I believe, putting together another force here in Egypt. Yes, indeed. Let's continue in that tradition. Is that what that force needs here? Is it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, it does. We need cannon. That's good. That's good to see. Right, let's end the turn, my friends. We should have the one turn here in this particular episode now. Now we've cleared France, we can now begin to... Because we've got no Spanish forces who moved anywhere near the border here. We've got 2 spies here to keep an eye on that. Here is where the problem is. Let's end the turn. Let's see what happens.
Awaiting
We've got another
further
spy
orders.
here as well, moving in. Look how many forces here are now on Ankara for Russia. Let's see what Spain's response will be. Perhaps they heard us with our Portugal plans. Having to deal with Sweden. Okay, they didn't defeat Sweden, but they must have taken a little bit of damage there. Okay, they're dealing with the pirates. That's a good thing at least. But they're not powerful enough to take on the British Royal Navy just yet. Here we go. We've got to deal with that force as well that's moving in. That's all the Spain are going to do, okay. I'll try and get the council's advice on Naples. That is a bit disconcerting to say the least. That's a lot around Berlin, my goodness me. Nothing just yet. That's a lot around Vienna. They've got a huge amount of forces around Vienna. It's how we deal with that, and also with the Russians as well. I know that many of the councils are calling us to deal a blow to Spain. Oh, look at that. The US is now building up quite the army here in Dresden. Which we did control for a long time, but it was effectively cut off from the rest of it. It's extraordinary how many forces the Poles have got. If we move into Prague, there's every chance we might get absolutely snowballed by the forces in Berlin and Vienna. We just got to cut these Polish forces down here somehow. They're moving away. Are they moving away from that attack there? I believe they are. They're retreating back to Berlin, or are they? No, they're not. They're reinforcing that attack. My goodness me, look at this. Look at the sheer magnitude of that force. hold on a minute. There it is. There it is. They've taken the bait. They've taken the bait. They're actually moving their forces deeper into our territories. Now we can start cutting them off. We're going to close the door on here. We're going to slam the door on them here. They're moving, obviously with Amsterdam here. That's absolutely fine. Ah, there it is. But we've got them. We can chip away here at these armies. We'll move this army in here first. And this army here, though not fully acquainted, ready to fight here, they haven't got a full strength army here by any means. This army is absolutely being crushed. They've got these brand new units, but these are not at full strength by any means. Ours are, even though they're just mostly Jaegers and mountain Jaegers, although we might decline this attack here. I'll have these forces move against us. Let's decline that attack there. That's okay if they want to move in there. Looks like Poland's making a huge push there, but we can now trap them against that there. Cut off the attacking forces from their main supply lines, and then just crush them bit by bit. I wonder what Russia will do. Nothing. Russia's done nothing at all. Over Sweden, what will they do to respond? Again, nothing at all. It's interesting here. Very little has happened. What has happened though is that Poland's made its move, just as we suspected. And that's going to prove perhaps their undoing here. We can trap a huge amount of their forces in a sort of a cauldron here. United States. Looks like they've been in a fight here again. Looks like something's happening outside Philadelphia here, but we're not sure what. Oh! They were sent packing there. That's a little bit disappointing there. It's a little bit disappointing. A lot of raiding, my goodness me. Oh, elections, look at this. Prime Minister, not brilliant, but look at that. Chancellor of Exchequer is excellent. Yeah, he's excellent as well. Ah, we got some really, really good. Oh, we got some fantastic. Oh no, it's not. He is not good at all. That's okay. We thought Bavaria might give us a problem, and we were right. Although it might be under control now a little bit more. What I'm not happy with there is that election result. Excellent. I've got this.
Ready and awaiting orders.
We can move these forces now
Lord,
across to join.
immediately.
Who's the sloop?
Awaiting
Ready
further
and
order. Waiting. Aye, aye, sir.
Oh, gentlemen.
Still ship awaiting further orders.
Join
We're going to ship them over to Naples.
Up.
Now, will they make it over there without incident? That's the key question.
Yes, your majesty.
I've got to thread the needle here.
Still ship shape.
Come on now, gentlemen.
Yes, Captain.
Hold.
They made
Where
it.
to, Captain?
They'll make it back as well. That's excellent. They did a sterling job there. That captain is to be commended. They've landed additional forces. We've got to be careful these don't attack us now, but
Make ready.
we can try and get these gentlemen to here.
Hot.
We've got 50,000 there, my goodness me. And England is also seeing a boost here as well. So we've got this force here.
Ready
It's
and
almost
awaiting
ready.
orders.
What do we need here? Probably additional. Ah, excellent. Oh. I think probably some more line infantry as well. for that army there. Got to free this up here as well. This ship here we've got is going to join this fleet here. We're going to just top up this fleet here, make sure it's at full strength. We're going to give our enemies any room for maneuver here at all. If they want to fight, it'll cost them dear.
Orders, Captain.
We can probably fit how many more? Probably 3 more in here. So again, Egypt once again will come to the fore. We really are hunkered down here now. Let them come for us. But we are going to be moving in here. We've got to deal with this force here. Right, let's finally put this force. Let's end this force here.
None shall defeat us.
Excellent. We have lost 1 regiment here. Let's bring them back up to full strength. That can be repaired. This army here is being repaired.
Ready and awaiting orders.
Paris is going to see additional recruiting. What have we got in here?
Yes.
Need cannon.
Sir.
I think 1 more cuirassier will do us just right. And the rest will be on line infantry. Then we're going to move in and take deal with this force here. It's not a massive force, but they're sending more troops in. That is, we've just got to get a handle on this. We have to get a handle on this Spanish aggression here from the north. But ideally, we're going to cut this off here. We're going to attack the base of this here. What have they got here? And then what we are going to do is we're going to move against the forces that have moved in past us here.
Yes.
So let's move in here behind Cologne. We can then, we got these forces here.
Lord.
We can move 1 additional force around here. Although we want to hold on because they're starting to send a lot of troops now into Hanover. We've got to move in, deal with these.
At the ready.
We've got to take these forces apart here.
Your Majesty. Yes, my lord.
I think we'll take an army group and deal with them.
Sir. Sir. Your orders. Yes, sir.
They've really moved in so deep here into our territory. We're quite clearly going for Amsterdam here. But we've got to let these go. We've got to push against these and crush this force in now. It's moved in. Where to is it
Ready
now?
and awaiting orders. Forward! Up! Take ready!
Let's protect the flanks.
Take ready! On! Yes, my lord. By the left! Sir! Forwards! For crown
Take ready.
and country!
Your humble servant.
Setting up camp. Take ready! Form line
Let's
for
draw
battle!
them. We've got them. This force will deal with this. Then we'll, bit by bit we'll pick apart the rest of the forces along here. And then what we'll do then is we'll double back and deal with the Polish forces. But my friends, I'm going to end this episode here. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I thank all of you for your wonderful advice and support here, tactics and strategies. It's been absolutely phenomenal. Very kind words as well. It really does mean a lot, my friends. But again, let's just try and get the Naples conundrum sort of set here. We've had the bad advice. We either move the forces away from Naples and attack Rome, we either stay where we are, or we move them to a completely different location, maybe Portugal, and let the Spanish just have Naples. But then again, those forces are being tied down. Quite a lot of Spanish forces there in and around Naples. So again, the council's advice will be absolutely crucial here. We've got another fight coming where we're going to try and eliminate the rest of these Polish forces that sort of slip through the gap here. But we had done this on purpose. We hadn't sealed the gap here. We wanted them to push in, so they almost overstretched themselves here, moved themselves away from enemy forces, which this army has done. As you can see, it's pulled away from it's effectively separated itself from the rest. We can pick them apart now bit by bit, and then we can double back and deal with the other force here, and then we can move in and attack them. But my friends, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. As always, please keep your comments coming down below, and please, my friends, please stay safe, particularly in these times. It looks like there's a light at the end of the tunnel through all of what we've been going through, but please stay safe until that time comes, my friends. As always, please, as always, my friends, stay safe. But until next time, bye for now.